right now on 5 on your side at 10.
This time last week, it was snowing. This week, a spring-like feel and no snow in the forecast. But the Weather Impact Team is tracking changes that are coming this weekend.
Downtown St. Louis falling out of flavor with a popular food festival. Tonight, the nearby city licking its chops to host the Taste of St. Louis. Our top story, a community up in arms after an assault rifle is found outside a high school.
To hear that it was loaded is just outrageous to me.
Tonight, shock and disbelief for parents in St. Charles West High School after police discovered a loaded rifle in a student's car. Good evening, I'm Mike Bush.
And I'm Kelly Jackson. Fortunately, no one was hurt. 5 on your side's Robert Townsend has new reaction tonight on what unfolded on campus yesterday, Robert.
Kelly and Mike, we are not naming the student who's charged with a felony crime for allegedly taking a loaded rifle onto school grounds. Parents in the district are definitely sharing their concerns. Things looked pretty peaceful outside St. Charles West High School Tuesday afternoon, but the day before, a serious investigation started in a parking lot here after school officials say they found a loaded assault rifle in the back seat of a male student's car.
That is a very dangerous weapon to have, and the fact that kids can just get a hold of that these days is insane.
To hear that it was loaded is just outrageous to me.
According to court records, the 18-year-old senior knowingly brought a weapon loaded with 20 rounds onto school grounds. A spokesperson said their administration team immediately contacted the school resource officer to secure the weapon and began an investigation.
I'm thankful to God. I'm thankful that nobody was hurt.
Latasha Luckett's daughter graduated from St. Charles West last year.
There's so many, school shootings that we hear from state to state to state, and it really just, hurts my heart to hear it.
We're told the principal and a resource officer were looking into an unrelated investigation involving the student when they found the loaded rifle in his car. In a letter to district families and staff, officials also said while there was no threat to students or staff, it is understandably alarming that a student brought a firearm onto school grounds. Safety remains the district's top priority. Nick Howell's niece and nephew attend the district's nearby elementary school.
You never know what the intent is, whenever they have something like that at school. Now it's got me all, nervous.
Robert Townsend, 5 on your side.
Tonight, we're learning a 15-year-old who was shot in the Metro East over the weekend has died. Charles Jones and another teen were shot Saturday night on Lazar-Chef Drive in Cahokia Heights. The other teen was treated at a hospital and later released. The major case squad says it has some suspects in custody, but is still investigating. Anyone with information is asked to call Crime Stoppers. You can remain anonymous, 866-371-TIPS.
New video tonight of an ambulance on fire in South St. Louis County. A viewer captured video of the burning rig along I-270 near Thies Road. The Missouri State Highway Patrol says the ambulance was involved in one of 2 accidents that was involving 4 vehicles that shut down some southbound lanes for several hours. We're told there was a patient in the ambulance, but crews were able to get that person out. No word on any injuries or what led to the crashes, and all lanes are back open tonight. And I-55 in Arnold is back open after a deadly crash. This is video from just a couple of hours ago of the major backup in the southbound lanes at the Richardson Road ramp. The Missouri State Highway Patrol tells us it was a single car crash. The victim was the only person in the car. Police have not released any other details.
Now to the weather impact forecast. It felt like spring across St. Louis today with temperatures in the 60s. Chief Meteorologist Scott Connell tracking some spotty showers for tomorrow that will cool things down a bit. Scott?
Well, cool us off just a little bit here as we head towards Thursday. Remember what it was like 1 week ago today? It was 11 degrees, and you didn't have much visibility out at Lambert because it was snowing. Today we've had plenty of sunshine, comfortable conditions. Some of our outlying areas are back into the upper 30s like the Chesterfield Valley, Smartfield, upper 30s there. Scott Air Force Base too, but the winds are turning out of the south. And once the breeze picks up tonight, even though it's not going to be all that strong, once that breeze picks up, those temperatures will jump back up. There are a few little showers, even a couple of rumbles of thunder coming across southern portions of Iowa. But the energy for this system is staying to our north. That's the front that's coming in here. A sprinkle chance, 11 o'clock until 4 o'clock tomorrow. Mild air is sticking with us through Friday. It will be much cooler this weekend. As you head off tomorrow to work or school, we're not concerned about rain in the morning hours, mostly cloudy. Look how mild it is tomorrow morning. The wind out of the south pushing those temperatures back into the low 50s by 8 o'clock.
New at 10, another potential loss for downtown St. Louis. Organizers for the Taste of St. Louis are seeking a new home.
And tonight they tried to entice leaders in Clayton to allow the popular food festival to move there. 5 on Your Side's Brent Solomon is live tonight to explain the proposal seems to be gaining momentum. Brent?
All right, Wave Taco, Fleshman Hilliard, KSDK, even Blondie's. All of the businesses that have recently announced plans to move outside of downtown. You can add to that now the Taste of St. Louis, right here at Ballpark Village. It's touted as St. Louis's favorite free food event, a soon-to-be 30-year tradition. But organizers have their eyes on changing things up.
We have to look for new and expanded opportunities.
At a Clayton Board of Aldermen meeting Tuesday, organizers of the big event pitched relocating there.
This was a little bit born out of my attendance of St. Louis Art Fair last year. And I'm just kind of literally standing on the street looking at the people and just watching everything go on, and it just came to me like, why isn't Taste of St. Louis here?
And city leaders appear to be on board.
Bringing people in to see what we have to offer here, what our businesses have to offer, what our downtown area has to offer is always something that's enticing to us.
Organizers say they're limited by restrictions at Ballpark Village.
It cannot let us sell sponsorships that are beyond what the venue has already got in place.
And they're dispelling hearsay that they're leaving due to crime.
We have had no security issues in the city of St. Louis. I think we might have had a tub of ice cream stolen one time, but short of that, I mean, there was no significant security issues at all.
A spokesperson for the St. Louis mayor's office said Tuesday, "We have loved having Taste of St. Louis since it returned in 2019 from its latest suburban adventure in Chesterfield. We wish the organizers all the best. The city of St. Louis will always be happy to have them back again." Now, it's not a done deal yet. Tonight, Clayton leaders agreed to sit down with the organizers of Taste of St. Louis to figure out what an agreement could look like. And both sides understand that time is ticking. The 3-day event is scheduled to kick off August 15th. Live downtown, Brent Solomon, 5 on Your Side.
Next thing I know, he done grabbed me. Boom! Slammed me to the floor. My head hit that floor so hard.
Caught on camera, shocking video shows police taking a 63-year-old elected official to the ground after she tried to speak at a town hall. Tonight, Alderwoman Regina Davis claims the mayor of Riverview has illegally forced her out of office. Davis says she waited for more than an hour to speak at the town hall about allegations of sexual misconduct laid out in a lawsuit against Mayor Mike Cornell. 5 on Your Side political editor Mark Maxwell tried to ask the mayor about the incident. He declined to go on camera, but agreed to talk on the phone.
Is it your view that Regina Davis is still an alderwoman elected by the people of Riverview?
Sir, please, sir. I want to be respectful.
You haven't answered my question. What power do you have to kick her off?
They handcuffed me, locked me up in a cell, and I end up having a panic attack with seizure activities.
Davis denies the accusations police made in felony charging documents that she resisted arrest. The St. Louis County Prosecutor's Office says it is now reviewing the matter.
Tonight, multiple employees at a St. Louis hospital are out of a job. Workers at Homer G. Phillips Memorial Hospital tell us they received termination emails today. They were told it was because of ongoing business challenges. Back in December, the North City Hospital suspended operations and furloughed staffers due to an apparent blood shortage. Others claim it was because of financial issues. We've reached out to hospital management and are waiting to hear back.
The city of St. Louis is docking the paychecks of garbage truck drivers. 5 on Your Side got a copy of a letter saying they will receive a 10% pay cut over the next 3 pay periods. It's in response to trash pickup delays after the January snowstorm. The letter states drivers refused direct orders to work their assigned routes. Drivers have told us Mayor Tashara Jones should have made an emergency declaration for them to work on their scheduled day off. Transportation and transparency over spending. Those are the two top priorities of the new superintendent of St. Louis Public Schools.
Tonight we are hearing from Dr. Millicent Bordeshade for the first time since the school board promoted her last week. She talked with 5 on Your Side's Megan Kernan on how she plans to turn things around for a district in distress.
How does it feel, filling the shoes of Dr. Scarlett, who brought you here, to work with her and for her?
I believe this is bittersweet, but I'm going to focus on what our students need, what our families need. I'm going to focus on making sure that we earn the trust of our community.
We had a lot of questions and concerns from viewers about specifically, your district credit card spending whenever that was released. Including, a $10,000 plus trip to Japan, multiple trips to restaurants.
The Armory, entertainment venue, Top Golf, Pasta House, Pappy's Smokehouse, Sam's Club in Maplewood.
Okay, so those credit charges are not from Dr. Bordeshade. If you see anything from a Pasta House, it may be from staff doing a luncheon, but it's not Dr. Bordeshade sitting down eating a meal on the district dime.
What was the trip for?
So the trip was it was a superintendent delegation where we went to Japan and we got to learn about the different things that schools do in Japan.
Whenever people first see these charges, your first reaction is like, wait, what was that for? But whenever you explain it, it helps to understand.
And that is my plan going forward, to make sure that whatever spending is done, if there's a question about it, we are able to answer it.
This being your first superintendent job, how do you build rapport with maybe some staff members who may question your abilities?
I always say that my work is going to speak for itself. I say we either win or we learn, and there was a lot to learn. You're going to see that as we continue down this journey, there's a lot of winning that we will do as well.
And just a few hours ago, a new school board member was sworn in. Ben Conover was appointed to replace Sadie Weiss. She abruptly resigned last month, citing the misuse of district funds and concerns of board members' actions.
A near miss at Midway.
We were so oblivious to what was happening.
The close call in Chicago rattling the nerves of already anxious air travelers. Benefits after death? Tonight we verify if the check is still in the mail for millions of Americans no longer with us.
A cold front moves through tomorrow, but the impacts are not what we've been used to lately. When and if there'll be some rain along the front, and we look ahead towards the weekend in 7 minutes.
Tonight, the FAA is investigating a near miss at Chicago's Midway Airport. The shocking moment caught on video. A Southwest Airlines pilot was forced to abort a landing right before touching down after a private jet crossed the runway. Officials say the smaller plane entered the runway without authorization. This is just the latest in a string of aviation disasters and mishaps in the past month.
A live look at the U.S. Capitol, where just hours ago, House Republicans narrowly adopted a budget plan that would advance President Donald Trump's agenda. The vote was along party lines and includes more than $4 trillion in tax breaks and $2 trillion in spending cuts. The budget blueprint is now in the Senate's hands. The spending cuts come as Elon Musk and the Department of Government Efficiency continues efforts to weed out wasteful spending.
And tonight, our Verify team is looking into Musk's claim that Social Security benefits are being paid out to millions of Americans who are dead. Megan Bragg verifies.
Our sources, the Social Security Administration, the U.S. Treasury, and Gary Monty, attorney and partner at Monty PLLC. After the claim by Musk, the new head of the Social Security Administration just denied claims that older Americans who have passed on are still getting payments. According to the SSA, those eligible for Social Security benefits as a worker include people 62 or older or a person with a disability or blindness. You also have to have enough work credits, which depend on your age and how long you've worked. Spouses and children can also get benefits if you both meet specific qualifications.
The amounts of the payments are based on what you've paid in to the system over a period of time, and then on your age when you elect to receive the benefits.
Part of the mix-up is because the Social Security software system has a lack of date type. This means some entries with missing or incomplete birth dates can default to a point of more than 150 years.
Their computer systems are antiquated. And as a result of that, information from one area was not feeding over to another area. That didn't mean that people were actually getting a check. It just means that if you were to go to that particular database, you might see people with some ages that are being counted from way back when they should have been cut off at the year 2000.
Officials have already been investigating this. A 2023 audit by the SSA Office of the Inspector General found 18.9 million Social Security number holders born in 1920 or earlier were not marked as deceased. And just last month, the U.S. Treasury said it was able to stop and recover more than $31 million in improper Social Security payments to dead people. The Treasury projects it will recover more than $215 million during its 3-year access period. With your Verify, I'm Megan Bragg.
Chief Meteorologist Scott Connell's here with the weather impact forecast. Beautiful day today. There's going to be a little change, though, for tomorrow.
A little bit, not too
Not
bad.
a little.
No, it's, for this time of year, and considering where we were this time last week,
Right.
tomorrow's a breeze. I mean, come on, look at the showers trying to develop to our north and west right now. Little cold fronts on the way as we see these clouds rolling in here tonight. The temperatures will steady out. They may even go back up late tonight, early tomorrow morning. That cold front, most of the energy with that is going to stay sliding by to our north. So at this point, we're thinking our rain chances for tomorrow incredibly low. 48 right now, only feels like 45. Last week at this time, it was 11 degrees and it was snowing. 65 was our high today, 38. Most of that snow has melted across the area. You still have a few piles at the grocery store parking lot, but we're working on that, right? A brief shower is possible tomorrow. Most of us will likely stay dry and not see much in the way of rain. If you do get one of those brief showers, maybe you get 1/100 of an inch, it's a mild day too. Let's track this out hour by hour. Early in the morning, we are mostly cloudy, and the vast majority of us will be back into the mid-upper 40s. Winds turning to the south-southwest overnight. They're not overly strong, but they're around tomorrow, and that breeze stirs things up. Plus, we're ahead of the front. North of St. Louis, Troy up to Bowling Green, maybe to Carlinville, Jerseyville, Carrollton, you might have a brief sprinkle in the morning. Most of us will not see anything, and the chances really don't increase until the afternoon. And it's mostly farther south and southeast of St. Louis. We're still in the low 60s tomorrow, as is the case with these types of systems. The colder air lags behind the system. So yes, it will cool off a bit for Thursday, but still very little in the way of actual weather impacts here going into this weekend. By the time we get to Monday and into Tuesday, the rain chances do increase. Speaking of the weekend, late this week, probably the warmest day of the week, Friday, close to 70 degrees, but then a front comes at us, and it's a backdoor cold front. It's coming from the Ohio Valley, and so that will open the door to cooler temperatures slightly below average, just slightly below average. As we head into Saturday and Sunday, we will probably drop back below freezing as we head into Saturday night, Sunday morning, and probably again Sunday night into Monday morning. But just below freezing versus single digits above and below zero, I think we can handle this forecast. And by the way, Saturday is the 1st of March, and we will be 1 week away from moving those clocks forward an hour. And as such, we'll get some springtime showers in here for next Monday and Tuesday. So a lot of changes coming our way, but they're not all bad.
Way better than last week,
Yes.
that's for sure. Scott, thanks. Frank is here with sports.
Mike, everything was perfect tonight for our local teams. I mean everything. Stick around for the action. After the break, the Blues have played some really inspired hockey. Tonight, the Kraken in town, and you got to wonder, if they can stay hot, what do they do at the deadline, buy or sell? The Blues came out firing Jordan Kyrou in the middle of a brilliant season, scores his 24th, it's 1-0 note. A little later on the power play, Pavel Buchnevich, Oscar Sundqvist make it 2-0. Hey, this Jordan Binnington, he hasn't stopped seeing the puck since the Four Nations face-off. Look at that save. The Blues erupted for 4 goals in the second period. This one by Robert Thomas, and they slice up Seattle the final 7-2. The screams in the 5 on Your Side newsroom heard tonight emanated from the sports office. The Billiken game at Davidson was exhilarating. You're not supposed to win when you only have the lead for 62 seconds. Think about this. When Davidson scored this bucket, they led by 13 with 6:31 to play. But the big three will bring them back on a 19-5 run. Gibson, Jimerson make it 53-49. Then this is the 5'10" Isaiah Swope, shooting it from 25 feet over a 6'5" guy. One of his 6 3-pointers. Bills down 1, Swope with 23. Robbie Avila with a move of the season with about 5 seconds to play. Rush hour traffic falling down with the left hand. Bills up 1. Robbie had 19. Davidson missed their shot, and SLU escapes with a heart stopper, 57-56. Talk to us, Robbie.
To get the win, while playing like that, it's definitely a big confidence boost. Obviously we're really fighting for that, 3rd, 4th seed, trying to get the double bye. And so it's always good when you can get wins when, essentially you were supposed to lose that one. And so, we got 3 more to go ahead and finish this last game sprint.
Mizzou and South Carolina, Death, Texas, and Caleb Grill knocking down threes. And will you look at this pass by Josh Gray? He's a 7-footer. Grill will get the layup. He had 22 points tonight. And then they had this Jacob Cruz who shoots it almost as well as Grill. All South Carolina could do in the first half was call timeouts. And no big is guarding Mark Mitchell. Mizzou rolls 101-71. Brad Underwood and Illinois have lost 3 in a row. It won't be 4. Iowa in town, Kasparis Yakachonis with a nifty pass to Trey White. Illinois just had some rhythm tonight in Champaign. This Yakachonis is really beautiful to watch. And they lay it on. The final, 81-61. On paper, one of the best possible matchups in Missouri. Vashon at Chaminade. Wolverines wanted this one. Taryn Garrett for 3 right there. Then things really picked up. The McCaskill connection. Dario to Doria for the slam. Then Dario behind the back and 1 for Vashon. He's in high school. Then he gets the steal and the slam of his own. And for good measure, this is big. Vashon is just unbelievable. Here's another dunk by him. They roll 72-51. They are on a different planet than everybody else in town.
Taking flight. Card Spring Training, sponsored by Woods Basement Systems.
What we want to see out of the 2025 Cardinals is youth being served. It's okay to struggle if you're playing the kids. They're getting reps. It's not okay to struggle if you're playing a bunch of 30-year-olds. This team had to be pleased today because the 24-year-old pitching phenom, Quinn Matthews, had a wonderful performance. He worked out of a tight spot in the second. He struck out 3 in 2 innings. 24-year-old Victor Scott showed off another tool at his belt today. He tripled in the first, and then he took it out of the park in the second. He had the only hits for the Cardinals today as they got beat. Mike Claiborne had this to say about Victor.
I think he can hit as many as 15 home runs. I think he can hit as many home runs as Mason Wynn, but that's not where he's going to make a living at. If you have a guy in his position where you can hit double digits in home runs, but make sure you get on base, that's more important than hitting the home runs if you're a Victor Scott.
And we are the only TV station with daily spring training reports. Cardinal broadcaster Mike Claiborne joins us with 5 of the dugout every day. That'll do in sports.
All right, Frank, thanks.
A golden anniversary at the Golden Arches. The breakfast birthday bargain not being cracked by an egg shortage.
The high price of eggs is not stopping McDonald's from celebrating its Egg McMuffin sandwich. Sunday marks 50 years since the iconic breakfast sandwich debuted. The fast food chain will sell them through its app for just $1. The breakfast bargain comes as many restaurants have implemented surcharges for egg dishes.
We are just 30 days away from opening day at Busch Stadium, and today we learned the popular Pooches in the Ballpark will return for the 20th year. Fans who purchase a special ticket for the April 12th game can bring their pooch to sit in the stands. They'll also get a Purina goodie bag. Tickets are now on sale on the Cardinals website.
The question is, in those dog days of summer, how will the Cardinals be doing? We
Well,
do know
that's-
it'll be warmer,
We
even
know
though it
it'll
was
be
very
warmer.
nice today.
We can guarantee you it'll be warmer
Yeah.
come the dog days of summer, but probably not April 12th. That's one of
Yeah.
those days where it's iffy still as we go through March and April. March starts Saturday. It's going to be cool, but not really cold. Temperatures in the 40s. Tomorrow, another bonus day. Yes, there are more clouds. Yes, there is a chance you'll have a few sprinkles, maybe a brief shower. Most of us don't. We're back into the low 60s for highs tomorrow. We should be close to 70 on Friday.
Oh. All right, that sounds good to me. There you have it, 5 on your side at 10. We're always streaming on 5+.
We hope you'll start your day with Today in St. Louis starting at 4 a.m. Have a great tomorrow.